Hi, and welcome to another Saturday episode of the Andre The Beast Crayton Show. We're going to go into the mindset of a beautiful lady who was able to understand her purpose, to get out of the norm, to basically understand the importance of self, because she basically lost herself. I'd like to welcome to the show, all the way from Orlando, Florida, Monica Nielsen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi there, everyone.
Monica, your story is truly one of impact, information, impact struggles, impactful. The whole story is impactful. Let's just call it what it is. Share with the viewers exactly who Monica actually is. Let's start from your childhood. Give us a little landscape of a young lady from Florida.
Okay. As a child, I definitely was young and vivacious and outgoing as an extrovert. Then I carried that into college, and I did go to college here in Winter Park at Rollins. And then from that, I did get married and had a son after that, and wonderful son, he does well. And then I started working for a home builder where I was a designer, and I would travel throughout Florida and help people make selections in their home. And sometimes things go south in life and you start to lose your identity of who you are as a person. You're only really associated as, they used to say, oh, that's the designer. Oh, that's the designer. Well, you do have a name, and you are other things in life. Each side's just your identity and your job. And I lost that.
When you start working for this designer, how many hours were you putting in daily? And were you married? Did you have your son at that time? How many years were you working as a designer?
I worked for 28 years as a designer in that line of work.
When did you realize that it was taking a toll on you and your identity?
When the market was it was having some supply chain issues, and people were frustrated, and they couldn't, I would meet a customer and maybe their house wouldn't close maybe until another year, a year and a half. And to carry that and to still be able to help people was very, very draining. It involved a lot of hours, because just trying to upkeep, you could be in a design appointment during the day and then you still had follow-up calls to be, so you would be exhausted. You would lose yourself, is what happened to me. Maybe for some it doesn't.
How was this affecting your home life with your son? And you said were you still married at this particular point in your life too? Not at that point. I was not married when I realized that I needed to make a change. I had gotten divorced. It did cause, because if you're not home and you're not taking care of yourself, how can you not pour from you can't pour from an empty cup. When I hear that saying, it's really true. I was empty. There was nothing left to give. When you say empty, how empty is empty? You should reflect a little bit.
It can be really shallow. It could be are there any little bits of drops in it at all left? Inside you, it can be like that low, where you struggle to get up. You maybe gain a lot of weight. You're just eating on the run. I felt like it was on a treadmill, like a treadmill that was not going anywhere. I didn't have time for myself at all.
Was money more important to you? I mean, what was your drive
at that time? At that time, absolutely. But this has been the biggest lesson of it all. Life is so abundant in so many other ways but you got to give it a chance to do that. So you're on this treadmill, and money's the important thing, and you think you need this. And what are you doing? You're just going to buy things that you need to wear to the job or wear to this. And I'm like, it's just on a treadmill. Yeah, money was important, but you're really not ahead of the game at all. and you're losing yourself in the middle of it. So it doesn't add up. So basically, I didn't even know who I was. I would look at the person in the mirror and I was like, I don't even know who this girl is. Like there was nothing left inside of me at all. I had to totally rebuild me.
What about people that were around you daily? Did they see a change in you? Did they notice let's call it the breakdown? Did they notice anything about you?
No, they thought I had it all together. That's what's even more interesting. They have, it's just now recently when they see the way I currently live, probably over since right around October, November now. It's just starting, the seeds that I have planted are just now starting to sprout. We haven't even grown, like I haven't really even like allowed it to flourish, right? Mm-hmm. So what's happened is people think that I lost it when I started living this lifestyle versus that. They go, well, you're missing out. I'm like, missing out on what? Okay.
What do you mean lifestyle? Like, what was the two different lifestyle transitions? The past and the current. Yeah.
Okay. So that was getting up, going to work, working lots of hours and being empty at the end of the day. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then what happens is now you saw me earlier, right? I was over there ready to take this podcast by the pool.
Yeah, I saw that.
So my morning now involves that I wake up, I hygiene, I follow a very non-negotiable morning. So the book that changed my life was definitely Julia Cameron's book. She helped me recreate my life. I wake up, I hygiene, I perform my morning pages. I write 3 pages of conscious just writing anything I want to say. And it was really hard in the beginning. Yes, you go, okay, I have nothing to say. Well, then write, you have nothing to say. Just keep writing. And now I would say I've been doing that since August, and I haven't missed a journal entry page probably now since sometime in November or whatever at all. Not one morning have I missed. So that was the first habit that I took on. Then I took on the habit of meditating. So I would meditate for about 20 minutes, and everything I wrote down, I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel it inside. So whatever I would write in journal, I would just focus on my breath and feel what that felt like. Then I started adding exercise. So I do believe in stacking habits. You can't start off and saying, okay, I'm going to do all of these things. Just start off with one thing, then add the next one, then add the third one. Now I can't wait to add levels 4 and 5.
When you say that you did something different, and you say journaling was really crucial for you. When you look back at your journal, what was at least 3 of the things that you journaled that you was like, wow, I wish I had did this a long time ago, or more importantly,
oh my God, yes,
this is really important. I should have recognized it.
Yeah, I wish I would have started as a child journaling. That's how beneficial. I mean, it really just gets everything out. It's like a power. How about this? I guess I would relate journaling to being a power washer for my brain, because that's exactly how it feels.
Really? Your son, you say you have a son, right?
Yes. Yes, he's 34.
At that time, was it impacting him what you was going through? Did you share with him?
No, I did not. Everybody thought I had it all together, and I didn't. On the outside, it looked like I had everything together, and I didn't. I broke down, and then I went through some really bad relationships. I was even involved in an online romance scam. That's how insecure I was.
What do you mean?
I chose not to go on. I chose not to go on Catfish to share it because I'm not ready to do that. Mm-hmm. But I definitely, because my self-esteem was so low, I got involved in an online romance scam about 2 years ago.
How much did it cost?
That's how low I was.
How much did it cost you financially?
Pardon me?
How much did it cost you financially?
Well, I'm okay now, but it cost me at that time about $16,000 because I thought I was donating to a charity and it ended up being a fake charity. And then money was being sent to me and I went to the bank. I said, something's not right here. I keep asking, they're on video. I see this person. This is who they claim to be, but something's not right. The technology that was out there, and I still have like screenshots of it, the technology that is out there, it's scary that you can believe that you're really talking to that person. And that was really, it began to be that was the only relationship I had because I was in such a dark place. So I just would believe everything that person would tell me. It was really, I don't know, it's the best thing that happened to me, but it was a really hard time. It was a really dark place. I did have to get the banks involved and the FBI involved, and they helped me a lot. And from there, they said, getting some therapy. I gotten some therapy. And then from there, I went to this class on self-development and self-image that also involved modeling and acting.
Okay.
And that was last July. But July will be a year that I started that course over at the Maley School. And it's from there, everything now is unfolding in a very, very, very positive light. I have set boundaries with people. I mean, I don't, I have my habits, disciplines, and they're just non-negotiable. And I only will accept healthy relationships in my lifestyle. And I'm creating my whole new identity now.
When you went to
I'm going to help other women. I mean, that's what's inside me right now. Is I was like, my gosh, this gift that I've been giving, even though it was painful, the gift that I've been given to experience this needs to be shared and help other women or men, or, but mostly women is what I envision myself because I can relate to it.
When you went to therapy, what were some of the things that was brought out that you didn't realize that was really handicapping you?
I had a low self-esteem about myself. I associated myself with just my job because that's all I had was the job, and that's it. I was only so that's what came out. She says, you're associating yourself, you're attached to the job, to the identity. What about Monica? Who's Monica is the questions that she would ask me. Like, I need you to talk about who Monica is, not about you as a designer. Because that's all you know. That's all you're talking about. But I want to hear about who is Monica. And that's the start of it. Mm-hmm. And then that's when in August after that, I started with the Julia Cameron's book, The Spiritual Path, is phenomenal. The Artist's Way is just, it changed my life. So in a very positive way.
So Monica, who is Monica and who is the other?
Monica now is a very vivacious, vibrant, confident, beautiful woman. Like, I love who I am. I love me. I love how I feel. I love what I'm able to share with the world. And if it works for them, great. If not, it's okay. We all have our own journey, but I've never loved myself more than I do now. And even though it was a dark time and a dark path, I mean, look at what it brought out. And I can't wait to see where we're going.
When you went to this program, what were the most important steps for you to take in your, I'm not even going to call it recovery because it wasn't recovery. So what was 3 of the basic steps that you had to that became a real challenge for you?
I learned how to walk with confidence, walk with pride. Don't walk hunched over or whatever. Like, walk tall, feel proud. Let life be your stage. The world is your stage. It doesn't have to just be on a stage. Life is your stage. Walk with confidence. Be on camera. If the camera's on you, just be you. Don't be shy. Don't be timid. I would have never been on camera before. I was always shy, trying to hide it. I don't want to be on camera now. And I'm just going to be myself. I don't want to try to get out there and just be somebody I'm not. I'm for some people. I always say I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I am that expressive.
Why do you think you're not everybody's cup of tea?
because maybe it's not for everybody, you know, how that saying goes. I said, well, might be a cup of tea when you can be a hot espresso.
Now that you got your confidence back, now that it's back, what are you planning to? How were you taking what you've gotten and playing it forward? Because you did mention that you want to empower other women. How are you doing that?
Yes. I plan to do that. I'm going to have an ebook that's coming out that I'm currently writing right now that I'll put on I'll build a website, put that on the website, and have an ebook that they'll be able to, you know, start with. A lot of things I'd like to eventually learn enough to be able to teach people how to journal and how to gain their own identity, and maybe have some like Zoom calls and some classes and just unfold. If I can help somebody, I mean, what better gift to give back to the world? Because what I've learned, it's about in giving to others that you actually are really giving back to yourself. I mean, like I said, the morning routine, to do the 3 pages, to go exercise, to get your body moving. You get your body moving, you get sunlight, you meditate, you do all those things. It's just first thing in the morning. Because if not, the day gets away. That's what works for me. Maybe somebody else it's better at nighttime, but all I want to do is present the tools that worked for me and let everybody just try it. Just give it a try. And if it works, great, but you might along the journey discover your own path along with it if you just take the first step.
Monica, some people might have this particular condition and not even know it. How does a person recognize? Is there symptoms to recognize if you're falling into this state that you were in? Because you said nobody knows.
Well, that's a good question.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's a good question. How would they know? Well, the way I've got to think about how I would know. You just become a machine. You're on a treadmill and you're going nowhere. It's that if anybody is feeling like that they keep going and going and working and working and working, and it's not going anywhere, that should be the first sign. That's the clearest sign that I presented. Yeah, I was making money, but I never had any money. So it was kind of interesting, you know, it was always about buying this or doing that or going here and just on that treadmill. Today, I get to wake up and have my morning routine. If I want to sit by the pool, if I want to talk on here, yes, you still have to make money, but abundance comes in other forms. It doesn't always have to be in monetary means. You can live a quality lifestyle and life without all of those things. They're great. Luxuries are fantastic. I love them. We all love them, but they can show up in other ways. And my gosh, they do. You have to let go and you have to trust the process. And the process comes from making sure you take care of yourself first and you find who you are inside. Because nothing on the outside can give this to you.
You mentioned a group of individuals. How rampant is this? I mean, how many people have that you know of have been living in this code of silence?
I would probably say more are living in it, even if they don't even realize they're living in it. Because I can walk around through the day now and almost through energy, almost like sense or get like a sense because of my own energy now that I've gotten to know. You could tell people are hurt. You could tell people are hurting inside. And you know what I do when that happens? Because I just go, you know, let me just sprinkle a little bit of joy and pixie dust around to hopefully that they feel they can just see it in themselves.
Before we wrap up, your story is like I said, one that a lot of individuals can relate to. But what do you think would have happened had you stayed on that treadmill?
I probably would have been
I don't know if I went through depression because I did ask the therapist that, but I don't take any medications at all. My medication is the sunshine, you know, or you feeling down, go for a walk, go look at nature, connect with that. I take absolutely nothing at all. And I think if I would have stayed on that, a lot of people that I know, yeah, they have to go to the doctor and they get their supply every month. I mean, I'm no expert to know to call any of that. You know, everybody has to do what's right for them and maybe, but for me, my medicine is nature and sunshine. And sunshine probably because when I do that morning meditation and that sun's rising, there's no better feeling that goes right through me and can create than what that gives me. And nobody can give me that. So that's what I've learned. I can only give myself that because it's my responsibility to get up, to do the things I say that I'm going to do, because that's where self-esteem comes in, is doing what you say you're going to do. That's how you rebuild your self-esteem. Follow through on yourself first.
Man, you are like full of energy right now. How can the viewers reach out to you to know more about your story, know the programs that you're getting ready to start up to help them? How can the viewers reach out to you?
Oh, thank you. I'm going to have a blog and a website for that, and it's going to be monicayourdesigner.com. And yes, it's kind of a combination, but I'm hoping I can help other people design their own life.
That sounds like a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another exciting episode of the Andre The Beast Crayton Show.